and even there it was a rarity. I never heard it on the radio, like, ever. So I don't know if they were playing it in, like, regular clubs at the time I was going, which was like, I don't know. I had a fake ID, so everything was like,
contrary to popular belief, which you may have known. I'm stalking all my favorite characters on the internet. Trying to get this thing right. It's not doing what I want it to do right now, of course. Go figure. Yeah, looks like all the cool kids are hanging out over at Projects. Check out this video I found. Let's see what it's all about. I was watching the newest Gin and Truth. This guy, Robert motherfucking Reed, over there, Gonna Go For It's channel earlier. Great release. The newest one on Angry Atheist. It's a longer one that I've seen him do. It's like 45 minutes, but good shit. Good shit. I was really happy with that.
All right. I went to Wawa and I got me a little something. I don't like eating out, but I just had a craving for some Wawa. Because with autism, there are foods that you can't make that don't taste the same as when somebody else makes them. And I don't like really people in my food, but it's just a one-time thing. I had a weird craving for it. If I make a veggie hoagie, it won't taste the same as Wawa. That's how weird autism is. I don't know if I'm gonna make this like a series, but I want to tell you about some of the hate groups or groups that are labeled as the hate groups in Philadelphia and my experience with these groups. Now, there was a Klan rally that has no evidence on YouTube, but a Klan rally took place in 2014 in Northeast Philadelphia. I went to that rally. I was a comedian at the time, and I wanted some material to tell my audience. So I went as a joke. And by the time I got there, like 5 minutes later, they were running them out of there. They were trying to get them out of Philly. They didn't want that shit in their city. And this may confuse some people, but I believe in freedom of speech. Even if you say something that I don't particularly care for, that's why I let the comment. That's why I don't delete comments. I don't block nobody. I mean, I don't block anybody, and I don't flag comments. Say what you feel you got to say about me, because at the end of the day, what you feel, what you eat doesn't make me shit. But that's one. The Klan doesn't have a large presence in liberal democratic cities. Another form of hate, if you guys remember, it's a viral video of King Shamir Shabazz. He was the leader of the new Black Panther Party in the Philadelphia chapter. He had this whole rant about how he hated whites and how we need to kill white babies. And he's one of the guys, he was blocking during like when Obama was running for president. He wasn't given access. He didn't allow whites to vote. He was trying to stop them from voting. I mean, when you think about it, now looking back, those are the people who elected Barack Obama as president. But he didn't want them to vote he didn't want them to vote for McCain.
I voted for Obama.
But I saw him on the train one day. I don't know if I think I was in high school. I had to be in high school. When I saw the video, that's when I knew who he was, because he had tattoos on his face. He was on the train. And let me just give you the update. To this day, no white babies have been killed. He didn't
Happy Sunday, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Good to see you.
He didn't kill any crackers. You know, they're still cracking to this day. And the white babies are probably in college now. Most of them are probably police officers. So they're probably cracking since day two. But no white babies were harmed at all. And I saw him one time. Another instance, whether it's considered a hate group, the Hebrew Israelites. Now, I love going to listen to these guys talk downtown. I used to make it my. This is why I say growing up in a city is better than growing up in like a rural area. Because if you live down south, doesn't necessarily mean everything is rural. But when you don't have any money, you can still have something to do. You can just go downtown. It's always something to watch. It's always something to just enjoy without spending money. You don't have to have fun living in the city to spend money. But I used to go on when I wasn't working like I am now, I would go on Fridays. That's when I would see the Hebrew Israelites. They would be downtown on Fridays. It was a couple groups, ISUPK, GMS. It was so many groups I didn't know who they were affiliated with. I would really see the ones that caught the attention were the ISUPK, because they talked with the microphone, they talked on the stage, and they were like, I thought they were like I didn't think they were comedians, but their delivery was so comedic. That's what drew my attention to them. And it was time for they tried to get me to join. See, I understand, and I'm gonna break this down to you. A lot of hate groups that, well, let me say this. If you're not effectively doing anything to stop anybody's life, you're not a hate group to me. I would throw the Klan in that too. The Klan of today doesn't do anything. They're not a hate group where they're affecting Black people's lives. I mean, if anything.
No, they're trying to. They would if they could. It's just, extremely dangerous, and their self-preservation takes precedent. They would if they could.
That goes on in inner cities, and they're like, man, what? They're probably like their grandfathers that were in the Klan were probably looking down like, man, remember the time we used to burn Black churches? Remember the time we used to hang Black? And then they're like, they're doing it themselves. We don't got to do shit. But if you're not doing anything hateful, like stopping education, stopping people from being successful, you're not a hate group to me. If you have a different opinion, a different belief system, that's just what it is. You're not necessarily a hate group. But the ISUPK is classified as a hate group. And a lot of the time, and let me just tell you this, I listen to these people during the Trayvon Martin trial when that was going on. I was tuning into these guys a lot because I was just getting like bad memories from high school. I went to a white school, and I was always just dwelling on the things they said about Black people, the things they said about me. It doesn't mean shit now, but when you hear somebody talking some stuff that you want to hear that makes you feel good, you tune in. And I got this from somebody else, but the reason why a lot of people join hate groups, mostly Black hate groups, is because they understand they don't get touched. They don't get touched in the streets. I mean, look at it like this. Nobody has ever ran up on Black Lives Matter.
There it is. It's all about being with the in group, right? Like you want to click because you don't want to be, out there on your own. You're not that confident in your abilities. You don't know who you're going to be, tangled up with. So you need the support. You need the backing. So of course, it's just like any other, so you get involved in a clique. This happens to be, a white supremacist group, or in this case, like a black like Hebrew Israelite group or something. Yeah, so it's like being in prison.
Nation of Islam. You see that guy selling them bean pies with the tie on the side on the highway, like on the freeway, or the guy selling the final call on the train. He doesn't get attacked by those black teens or Israelites. They don't get attacked. They don't get touched, because it's like with Tupac when he was shot. He was surprised a black person would shoot him out of all people. He was like, he felt like he was the ambassador of black people. Like, why would you shoot me? I'm like your ambassador. That's what it's like for hate groups like the Israelites and the Nation of Islam. They feel like they're speaking up for black people who can't speak for themselves. And you wouldn't attack somebody who's helping you. It's like Donald Trump when he was like, when the whole, before he denounced white supremacy, his main foundation for support were, which we would call racist white men down south. And it's like, if Donald Trump was walking, like if he was, this wouldn't happen, but if he was walking in like a trailer park, now they're not going to really attack anybody in the trailer park. They got a little respect for people that live amongst them. But that's the last person they would attack. Somebody that's speaking for them, but they feel like Hispanics are taking their jobs and blacks are taking their jobs, and the country is falling apart because of diversity and multiculturalism. They're not going to attack somebody that's speaking up for them. That's why a lot of people join those groups. They don't want to be the center of violence, so they join them out of fear. And in jail too. When you're in jail, you get more protection joining like Islam and ISU and the Hebrew Israelites. They call it Prislam. I mean, to an extent, Islam is a jailhouse religion, because a lot of people who convert, they happen to have criminal passes. But I'm gonna say this though, because I don't do religion. If it's working for you, if it's making you a better person, all peace to you. But I cannot deny the fact that a lot of Muslims that I grew up around have criminal backgrounds. But I'm trying to think of some more. And one more thing. It's a video on here when I was 18 of me talking to the Israelites. I don't know if I should put it out there, because I was so uneducated back then. I mean, there's a lot of things I still don't know. I'm trying to learn day by day, at least book wise and intellectually. Like speaking of like academics, I'm trying to learn more. But it's a lot of things I did not know at all at that age.
Oh, Brett. Shift gears for a second here. And a happy Sunday to y'all. Let's trying to autoplay. Sorry, I'm not watching this right now. Another blast from the past.
What's up? Trusty podcast, Stupid Monkey Philosophy, coming at you live. This is the de facto Patreon video. This was supposed to be Patreon today. Shit. Oh well. It happens. It's my first simulcast on StreamYard, so I want to see how that works and talk a bit about why I'm a realist and why unreal things don't exist. I don't even think it's really a topic that necessarily needs to be addressed, but it actually does because it comes up a lot in conversations with real people in real life. Okay. This is a merely philosophical question, but it's also like, a really real actual question. Like, why should I believe that anything outside of the natural world that I experience exists? It's really fucking simple, right? Like, I'm here, you're here, I can prove that I exist, you can prove that you exist, we can punch each other in the face, and that's reality, right? And then there's some other thing outside of reality, the unknown, the super unknown, the supernatural, metaphysical construct. It's all bullshit, right? It's all bullshit and stuff. There are some aspects of metaphysics that are useful, especially in contemplating ethics. But when we're talking about real stuff in real life, we're here, we exist. And when you point at things that are outside of this experience, that's called a fiction. It's fiction, right? We can discriminate that there are facts and there are fictions. One exists in the realm of reality and the other does not. Does that make any kind of sense to you? Because it's the only thing that makes sense to me. I don't know how I would operate otherwise. Thank you for coming. I see a couple viewers. I'm still accepting hard truths, but this one's an easy truth for me. And I don't think there's any kind of sufficient argument to persuade me against that. We can talk about that in the open room. I think it is in the realm of morality and how we should operate in the real world as opposed to how things operate in a fictional sub-particular metaphysical world or whatever. I don't know. Supernatural. What the fuck is supernatural? Outside of the natural world that we can experience and describe, there are things that exist that we just don't understand. We just don't get it, man. Yeah, sure, cool. That's great, bro. You should write a work of fiction about it, like the Bible. That'd be cool. You can do that. That's that's where I'm at in life, and just experiencing the real world as it comes, as it is for me, and not freaking out, not being spasmodic about it. You know what I mean? I don't need anybody to explain to me what is why some magical mystical man in the sky made all this for some purpose we can't understand. That sounds ridiculous to me. It sounds stupid. I'd rather not be ridiculous and stupid. I'd rather talk about things we can experience, we can understand, we can perceive them, and we can describe them, and we can share the experience. And there's not some, one time I had this really good mushroom trip. I was watching White T-Shirt Media last night, and we were talking about mushrooms. And I was like, yeah, one time I had this great mushroom trip, and all this stuff happened and stuff. And yeah, it's all inside your mind, bro. It's all in your head. Everything that happens outside of your head, that's called reality. Sometimes the things that happen in your head comport with the reality outside of your head, and that's not supernatural. It's just another part of naturalism. You're not describing anything new to me. So that's why I'm a realist. I think that real things actually happen in real life, and unreal things are works of fiction. Changed my mind. That's it. Trusty 8 podcast. Stupid Monkey Philosophy. Going off air. Much love. Be well, stay trusty, and be kind.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, that was from last year. Just going over some stuff, deleting some old recordings. Yeah, I had a bit of a conniption. No, sideburns are still here. I was I was pretty upset. I had to I had a rough few months there. Okay. Yeah, there's another one of those in the history I want to open up, but I'm kind of afraid because I haven't reviewed it yet. And make sure it doesn't have anything incriminating in there. So against my better judgment, I've begun following these folks.
Actually, but if I was going to stream about it, I was thinking it might be, sorry, this chair's so rickety, but I was thinking it might be kind of a sad stream, get some sympathy bucks, because I have been incredibly lonely, and just I can hear my voice echoing. I've just been listening to ContraPoints, like just podcasts actually, and music, and cleaning for the past 2 days because I have nothing else to do because I cannot even contact my own father. But I realized that Daddy didn't raise no bitch. Daddy didn't raise no crybaby. And I'd like to think that even though he's in prison right now, he can feel my spirit coming to him right now, because Daddy didn't raise no bitch, and just because some beta male cops and a dykey ass judge decided that he's gonna get thrown in prison.
Oh, yeah, Grace is a treat. Oh no.
I don't even know when he's gonna come out, to be honest, for allegedly breaking a no contact order without bail, by the way, so I can't even bail him out, or nobody can bail him out. Just because them spit ass niggas decided to do that doesn't.
She's fucking nuts. Oh no. Sorry, not even 2 minutes.
I mean, I'm gonna be a bitch, and they're gonna ruin my day. Fuck you, niggas.
And this is the amazing Grace Thorpe. Oh, I'm fucking dead. Yeah, apparently her black friend told her it was okay to use that language. Her black friend on the internet.
Roll up. Fuck you. Fuck you, lying, weak men. Weak men, weak police officers. You know what you know deep down in your heart, officers. You know you're wrong for taking a dad away from his daughter. You know you're wrong. You know you're wrong. You can see.
Aren't you a grown ass adult? Like, she's young, but I'm pretty sure she's an adult.
In my eyes, I'm like dripping with tears when you rip him away from me. Every time. You know it's wrong. And you know what you're gonna. I'd like to know, motherfucker. I'd like to know what you're gonna say. I'd like to know what you're gonna say on Judgment Day when God asks you, "Hey, why did you do that? You knew that was wrong. Like, you know that you're not upholding the law. You know that you're not like protecting people. You're just breaking people up for no reason, right? I'd love to know what you're gonna say. I would really love to know, because to me, like, I wouldn't have an answer. I wouldn't have an answer if I was you. I just like I wouldn't have an answer, and I would kind of be like, yeah, I think I'd like get punished for that. But probably like, oh, where's my
Hate to break it to you, youngster. No God talking to you on Judgment Day.
job? Oh, it's my job. It's my job. The sergeant told me to. Like, dude, I had to. Did that work as an excuse for the Nazis? Did it? Did it? You're here to follow God's law, not man's
Pretty sure
law.
they baptized
God's
Hitler.
law is higher.
Somebody did.
Does God's law to tell you to rip a father away from his daughter for no good reason? Does it? Does it? Does it? I don't think so. I didn't read that anywhere in the Bible. Did I read the Bible? No. But I haven't heard
Didn't
that.
read the Bible. Of course you had.
Fucking bitch ass, punk ass, lion ass, weak coward niggas. All of you. The whole justice system. Fuck you guys. We care about women. Then why am I sitting here alone with no protection, no stability, no support? My man, and yeah, you can all freak out in the comments. Oh, she called him her man. I don't care what the fuck you call my relationship with my dad. Narcissistic, codependent, unhealthy, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Just give him back to me, you fucking niggas. I don't fucking care what you fucking think about it. I'm a grown-ass adult. I deserve to cohabitate with whoever the fuck I want. We're both adults. I don't care what the justice system thinks. Fuck off. Legally, in the state of Rhode Island, I could have a fully consensual sexual relationship with him, and it's not illegal.
There she goes. That's
Which I'm saying, okay, she said it, which I'm saying to make the point that you could say, oh, well, you can't do that with a family member. Like, they do have some laws between adults. Actually, not in Rhode Island. They don't have any laws. They don't have any laws. So it's not up to you. And you can fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, we're here to protect women. We're here to protect women. Why am I sitting there crying, sobbing as you rip my only friend away from me?
poor girl. Still a little confused, huh? Oh, thank you. Yeah, one of my many emails. That's the one I don't get a bunch of spam at. So. All right, I think I can tolerate a little bit more of this. This is making me laugh.
For me. Why am I sitting there crying and sobbing? Are you fucking protecting me? Are you protecting me, officers of East Greenwich? Officers of Warren? Are you really protecting me? I want you to hear this. Are you protecting me? Because now I'm alone. Now I'm depressed. Now I'm anxious. Are you protecting me? A woman? Are you really? Sorry. Are you?
Okay, that's good. Okay. She makes me laugh. Oh, poor girl. These two get just unhinged. They're totally nuts. Let's take our chances. We need to fucking year old. More than a year old. Gotta get rid of them. Do it here at the Trusty 8 podcast. So if you great, so I'm not getting a preview here, and it's doing all the things it's supposed to do, and I don't really want to smoke, and it's the link. Gonna be alright. Be alright. I won't worry. Don't worry. No. Come on. Find it eventually and stuff. Okay. If you prefer another. Damn it. What is going on around here? Same as it ever was. Person's channel and listen to a different guy than me and say, you know.
But that's where we're at,
say
right?
Stuff
so
too.
I felt.
Or I want to, let's do a search.
Is there truth? Another branch is normative ethics. Normative ethics asks, how should people behave? And tries to provide a framework for deciding what is right and what is wrong. The last branch, applied ethics, focuses on specific practical moral questions. What do we need to do to be a good person? Is it okay to lie, for example, to help a friend? Of course, this isn't a philosophy lecture, so we don't need
Oh.
to answer these questions right now. We will approach morality from that
I was like, oh no, what happened? Hi. We're experiencing some kind of technical issue, I guess. So, welcome back. It's like, oh, this is no, not working. Not working. Connection unstable. Kind of like my brain. Near to the end. People join the room. Just really. Somewhere around here.
Betray or avoid them in the future. We also feel guilt when we betray someone who cooperates with us. This motivates us to behave better in the future. These different feelings and emotions will shape how we respond to situations and what we view as moral. So the big question is, of course, where does morality come from? Moral judgment and behavior seems to be
Sorry, yeah. Getting to your comments there. Yeah, I am an atheist, Missing Mod. Yeah, the name I came up with a long time ago. It is kind of a jab at evolution in general, but it's also just kind of a truism. In the other videos, so to make a long story short, my mic's even registering here. I was on medication last year that was supposed to help with smoking cessation, and it did. It worked out for a time, but it started making me have like really severe anxiety, and so I went through. I went through that and a number of other things. So, yeah, basically over a period of months, I I don't know if you call it like a mental breakdown, but definitely had some crazy stuff happen, and ended up having to go to rehab at the end of last year. So, been a couple of months in a rehab facility, and out since January, and the adventure continues.
To be driven by both basic intuitions like fairness and cooperation and emotional responses like empathy and anger. But to fully account for the complexity of morality, we also need to take into account our ability to reason, the power of social situations, and the role of culture. Morality doesn't appear in a vacuum. What's right and but we will have to put a support me on Patreon so I can keep
Sounds like somebody's here.
content.
Atheist works for me. Hello.
It's me. Hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good. You?
I'm doing a lot better than I was yesterday.
Excellent. I'm doing a lot better than I was 2 days ago.
Yep. There you go. So yeah, I don't know. I was inviting theists. Well, I was, hoping for some Christians. I always want to whip on them Christians, but
Yeah, I saw your video rescheduled yesterday, and I was all excited to hear. So
yeah, I think Mo was adapting to Restream or something like that, and we're trying to figure out how that works between him and I or something. I don't know if that's what's going on, but
okay.
Yeah, I used Restream once, and I think it was on. Am I okay? I was muted twice. Okay, so this would be the stream after the stream I'm thinking of. So the day before this, that stream has been since made private and needs to be edited. So that was when I had pretty much a full-on freak out on stream. Well, a series of them. Okay, yeah, I will definitely ask you about that. It's something that's still on my mind. It didn't work in the long run. So I stopped for a couple months. I started again. Now I'm full blown nicotine addict, as I was. So it looks like I ended up with Hillary's and Paul in this one. I thought I saw P-Town somewhere in here, but it's not giving me a preview now. I know P-Town was in one of these videos. Facebook, and it didn't work out well, but that was before I got the paid StreamYard package. So
Okay. Well, you take the conversation whichever way you want to go.
okay, so what I started off with was I was thinking about how we like I guess we're grounding moral like considerations, right? And theists will say like they get their moral considerations from a particular set of instructions that they received from like a metaphysical supernatural entity or something, like trying to put it in lay terms there, I guess, or what I'm understanding here. And so I came up with this argument that says that we all share the pizza. And now, yeah, one of those. Yeah, and this thing's not working for me, and there's already a video on the cosmic pizza argument. So, okay, that's fine. Leave that alone for now. P-Town. Yeah, we've had some good conversations. Got under my skin a little bit, though. What in the wide world of sports is going on here? Roger's got something new up. Let's see if it's a long one or a short one. I don't know. Internet's still a little squirrely out here, so it is what it is. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to stress on it too hard.
Okay, my outstanding friends, new species
Slow down.
of human beings are being found on a regular basis. Now they're up to something like 385. And they haven't even taken into account.
Is this performance art?
The pre-flood species, including no-toes.
No toads? The fuck are no toes?
Okay, here it is. Another new study says from the University of Cambridge suggesting
Turn the quality down.
the interspecies competition.
The buffering is up here. But then I still get a spiral, so I don't know what it is. Try 240.
Significantly influenced the evolutionary trajectory of hominins like us, resulting in a bizarre evolutionary pattern for the Homo lineage. This research also proposes revised timelines for the emergence and extinction of various early human ancestors. Okay, now they get into the fact that we have been ignoring the way competition between species has shaped our own evolutionary tree, said the lead author of the University of Cambridge. The effect is only part of the story. Now, it's a continuous war, literally.
Try one more. Won't really be able to see what he's looking at, but that doesn't matter.
Between different groups. In different groups for the resources. That's understood. But what is not understood is the pre-flood species that turned into stone. They're looking for bones. They did not survive the flood. All right. Recent decades have seen the discovery of several new hominid species, such as notos. Now they say the new database, every time they find something, they log it, and they have 385 in total. Fossils can be an unreliable measure of species lifetimes. The earliest fossil we find will not be the earliest members of a species. That's correct. They haven't paid any attention to the pre-flood species. This has always been the problem. It says how well an organism fossilizes depends on the geology, the climate conditions, whether it is hot or dry or damp. With the research efforts concentrated in certain parts of the world, and we might well have missed younger or older fossils of a species as a result. Yes. Okay, not only do I have the foot, I have the footprint, which fits almost perfect to this foot. And that footprint is in Triassic rock. This is the red bed, which is red bed, then it's supposed to be gray clay on top, and then a black cap. Well, this is red bed, but the gray clay that was on top got
this red bed, gray clay
pushed down because of a foot. Pushed that gray clay down through the red bed, so they were both wet at the same time. It's a perfect footprint, and it fits exactly this foot. And then the black cap came on top.
Completely nuts. If you weren't aware, there's another mud fossil guy. Oh no, yeah, I can go down that rabbit hole. So fucking YouTube put the hammer down. They came at me hard over that video the other day. When I was watching Harold and Kumar and shit. Yeah, it's the whole gauntlet. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do to repurpose anything useful that might be in that video. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, they waited because I had taken it down for the first day, and then I put it back up, and they threw a couple of it was partially blocked for a couple of segments, and I was like, okay, well, that's fine. And so I went and I did the mute audio or whatever, and then put it back up. And then so it's been 5 days have passed, and then they just started sending me all kinds of shit. Every couple hours, I get a new notification about another copyright thing. So I was like, oh fuck. I was over chilling with Kentucky Atheist earlier, and so we were talking about putting together a stream, a panel, getting on that to talk about mental health and addiction and recovery and secular groups that are involved in that, aside from the 12-step programs and stuff like that. What's up, Cher? Good to see you. So yeah, it sounded like they're serious about putting that together. I have a few people on that panel. And I also want to talk about autism, which is something that I know a bit about. So we may be putting that together soon. All right. Well, as I'm going to go have dinner. My schedule is all fucked up for the weekend, so it's been great. Maybe back later. I don't know. I don't have any plans this evening, but spent entirely too much time in bed this weekend, so need to try to keep myself motivated. All right, everybody, be well, stay trusty, and I'll see you when I see you. Much love.